The city only budgeted $82 million to settle police misconduct lawsuits this year, and already it has exhausted all of those funds. Now cases involving two disgraced former Chicago police detectives are only adding to what is expected to be a dire budget year.
So this is obviously a tough one. Anytime you mention Burrs, Guerra, or Watts, it's always a scary thing.
The Finance Committee today grappling with two police misconduct or torture cases, one connected to notorious former Chicago police detective John Burge. It involved Jackie Wilson, who was wrongfully convicted of the 1982 murders of two Chicago police officers and spent decades in prison. The city prepared to settle his lawsuit for $12.7 million. The other big settlement stems from another wrongful conviction case, this one involving former detective Reynaldo Guevara. The Finance Committee recommending settling with Roberto Almodovar for $17 million after he spent 23 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. There are also hundreds of other police misconduct cases still to be reckoned with, and the impact could be stunning.
This is a huge elephant in the room, north of $1 billion of unfunded liability that the taxpayers ultimately have to pay for.
The Better Government Association says the city owes it to taxpayers to be more honest in budgeting for these settlements.
It is both transparency and accountability, and also if in budgeting we took a more realistic look at the actual cost, we could be more strategic as a city about how to deal with these backlogs of cases.
Several alders wondering how the city is going to pay for all these lawsuits.
Clearly, the answer to that question is not in this room right now.
Well, she's absolutely wrong. This is the place to talk about it. It's in this room right now that taxpayers are expecting us to bring up the subject, to discuss it, and make sure that we can start formulating a resolution for it.
There is also concern about the need for better police training and accountability to minimize future lawsuits.
If you stop these things from happening in the first place, then you're not going to see the future of it. I mean, and we're dealing with stuff that's from the 80s at this point. So I think we should all shudder to what that might look like 20 years from now.
The settlements will now go to the full city council on Wednesday, but with hundreds of other police abuse or misconduct cases still outstanding, this is a financial burden that the council is going to have to deal with for years to come.